It's also a piece of operator preventive maintenance. Why are operator PMs important? And there's really three great reasons. One, it enables peak performance. Two, increases operator competency. And three, extends equipment life. All three wonderful things. So when we talk about peak performance, right? So if you're not doing preventive maintenance, then most likely what you're doing is some type of reactive maintenance, right? And this is what it looks like. This is what a manufacturing run in a reactive maintenance environment looks like, where you get the line up and going, something goes wrong, the line goes down, either all the way down or starts producing much lower than should be expected, and then you kind of struggle to get it back up. You may get it back up to peak speed, and then it goes down again, and you just respond to that as well. So this is what a production shift might look like, where you probably produce half of what you could have done with that same amount of time and resources consumed. But if you are doing some type of preventive maintenance or predictive maintenance, then it looks more like on this side, where you got the line comes up and it runs in a much more reliable and predictive fashion. You see there's a correlation between predictive maintenance and predictive operations. So the key takeaways here, you got to increase reliability and you get to address issues long before they result in failures. And that's a critical piece in all this, is because during cleaning, during inspection, you're going to see defects and abnormalities, and you can schedule the most appropriate time and the most economical time to address those issues when you're not using the equipment for production purposes. Increasing operator competency. So a big piece of operator PMs is it actually transform your operators into human sensors, where they're using sight, hearing, touch, smell. They're pretty much using all of their senses to determine if a machine is likely to fail in the near future, right? And during cleaning, during inspection, you're sort of getting deep into the equipment, taking it apart and seeing things, and you're seeing things out of place and out of alignment, and you start to say, oh, that's what that sound means, right? It means something's out of alignment, or you start to realize that the different sounds or things you see, or the temperatures or the vibration or the smells that you sense while you're operating equipment are tied to defects and abnormalities that need to be addressed before they result in failures for the process. The other big thing is it changes the way the operator runs the equipment. So if an operator starts to understand that their actions are contributing to downtime issues and defects and abnormalities over time, then this process gives them the opportunity to see that if they did their jobs a little differently, perhaps they can prevent future downtime as well. Last piece here, extends equipment life. You see the same thing with the vehicle. For your car, for example, if you're not changing the filters, not changing the oil, not changing the tires, over time, your car probably won't last as long as it's designed to last. The idea here is you actually want to maintain your car or maintain your assets, or manufacturing assets, in peak operating condition. I say manufacturing, could be any industry really. Could be computers also. Any type of technology requires PM. So when you maintain an asset in peak condition, you tend to get a much longer life out of the asset, and in some extreme cases could be double the lifespan. Here what you're doing is just removing contaminants, right? Contaminants cause problems. Oil, debris, dust, scraps of product could get caught up in the machine and cause problems. So here you're removing those contaminants. You're reducing stress on the machine. So machines, just like people, can only handle so much stress, and stress erodes the quality of the parts and the process overall itself. And the big piece here is you're also decreasing the total cost of ownership. An asset that's not well maintained is going to require more time and effort and energy to maintain. You pay the same amount up front, but you end up paying a lot more for assets that aren't being maintained properly. So what are some of the commonly used approaches to operator PMs? So before we